there a lack of digital footprint when it comes to the war on terror? Now, the Paris arrest may have accelerated the Brussels attacks, but with a lack of social media chatter, is the dark web breeding terror cells under the radar?
Joining us now, Morgan Wright. He is a cybersecurity analyst and a former advisor to the State Department's Anti-Terrorism Assistance Program. And good morning, Morgan. So
good morning.
Here's a question for you. There's two schools of thought here. Either the terrorists are going old school. We found a lot of burner phones. We know about that. Or they're using the dark net. But those are two very different strategies. Which one do you think they're doing?
Both. And this is why it's so effective. On the one hand, they've got good, in intelligence parlance, it's called, tradecraft. They've got good operational discipline, operational security. They're using these burner phones on a regular basis, so it's very hard to track. But on the other hand, they understand how to use a lot of the encryption technologies, most likely some of the encrypted applications like Telegram or WhatsApp potentially. And then when you add the dark web on top of this, the ability to put out really hardcore propaganda and to really recruit people, it makes it very tough for our intelligence communities and for law enforcement to stay up with this.
And how are they staying on top of what we're doing to track them down? Are we giving out too much information to begin with?
That has been one of my concerns. I was speaking at a terrorism conference in Atlanta the day before Paris happened, and I spoke with the special agent in charge of the FBI field office, the U.S. attorney. It's well known that there's 30,000 apps out there that the FBI is worried about, and many of these 55 countries build apps we have absolutely no control over. So yeah, they have a pretty good idea of what the limits of our what's called signals intelligence are right now. That's why the terrorists in Afghanistan and other places know when the satellites come overhead. I mean, they can actually plan against this, and the old school techniques are actually hurting us. They spend very few dollars and defeat the billions of dollars we spend on all this intelligence infrastructure.
Morgan, we know that the FBI is sending counterintelligence officials over to Brussels to assist in the investigation, but if the FBI can't unlock an iPhone, how are they going to be able to help Brussels authorities?
A lot of this is going to get back into what kind of human intelligence did we have? Are we tracking people? Europe, the EU obviously has a lot of open borders. I've been at those exact places in Brussels, both near the EU, the train station downtown there, the airport. And, there's just so many people coming in because the borders aren't the same as they used to be. So you've got these people moving around, so they're helping them with tradecraft. They're helping them with information and intelligence and techniques. But, guys, this is tough. This is not something that's going to be solved overnight. We'd lost a lot of our capabilities, and now we're trying to figure out how do we get it back.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us this morning.
You bet.